This is KGW News at Sunrise.
The only reason that Benjamin Smith finally pled guilty today is because one of the shooting victims had the presence of mind to turn on her helmet camera and document what was quickly becoming a dangerous situation.
The partner of a woman killed at a protest in Northeast Portland last year is speaking out. Coming up this morning, why she puts part of the blame on police and politicians for inaccurately describing what happened. Also, today is part 4 of our 5-part mental health series, Counseled Inside Our Schools. Coming up, we're headed into Lincoln High School to sit down with a student and school counselor there to talk about how teens are feeling about this school year.
Also this morning, we are live out at the Portland Expo Center. An event that happens every year at this time is back because it's that time of the year again. That's a good reason. We're talking about the Portland Metro RV Dealers annual RV show. Kicks off today. It runs through Sunday. Eric Patterson behind the camera there. Going to take a look inside and outside these recreational vehicles. We'll have more from the Expo Center coming up here throughout Sunrise.
A big old road trip is on my bucket list. I want one of those one day.
Like for this summer, maybe?
No, I've got a few more bucket days. Not this summer. Hey, we want to say happy Friday Eve, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. You were out here early talking about a quiet weather day.
First day of, there's really no pressing headline. I mean, the big headline we have is the winter storm warning for the Cascades, but that sounds somewhat normal, doesn't it? Snow up there in the mountains, not down low. Snow levels are about 1,500 feet at this hour. They'll be jumping to 2,000 feet during the day. It's all rain in the flats of the I-5 corridor. And this is the day that we're going to see the rain itself start to pick up. And eventually this afternoon, it turns into a pretty wet day and then steady rain for you this evening. But look at the early numbers. I mean, we're right around 40 in more spots than not. Vancouver and Portland, 41 and 41. Tigert and Sherwood, 42 and 42. Salem's even at 45. So in some cases, we're pushing 10 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago when, of course, we had some snow on the radar. So 42 currently, a few showers out there. Showers picking up during the day, 47 at noon, 46 at 5 p.m. Wet tonight. Winds will pick up and become noticeably breezy from the southeast today as well. Back to you.
All right, Rod, thank you. Later this morning, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler will give an update on his plan to address Portland's homeless crisis. Specifically, he'll focus on creating temporary alternative shelters. Devin Haskins joins us this morning live in the newsroom. And Devin, I know a lot of people will hear this and they'll want to know where these sites are going to be located.
Yeah, Brenda, and as of right now, nothing publicly has been said about where those sites are. A page on the city's website only says that the sites will be, quote, thoughtfully located across diverse geographic areas in the city. This plan of creating temporary shelter sites was part of Mayor Wheeler's 5-part plan to curb homelessness in Portland. You may remember the city council approved spending $27 million from the city budget on those proposals. The city says these sites won't just be a camping area. They'll provide showers and restrooms, meals, access to multiple services, and regular trash collection. The sites are happening at the same time the city is working to build 20,000 affordable housing units, a goal the mayor set to happen by 2033. In a lengthy video statement released by the mayor yesterday, Mayor Wheeler says that creating these temporary sites is just as important as building affordable housing.
According to a study conducted by Home Forward, we know that people living unsheltered on our streets are waiting years, sometimes more than 5, for affordable housing. We need to act now to save lives and reduce harm. We can both create more affordable housing options and provide immediate services to those who are struggling to survive on the streets.
That press conference that the mayor is holding is at 10 o'clock this morning. We will be there. We'll bring you a full breakdown later today of what he says and what his plans are on our newscast and on our website at kgw.com.
Yeah, Brenda? There's a lot at stake. Devin, thank you. An affordable housing community in Northeast Portland's Cully neighborhood is celebrating its grand opening today. It's called Las Adelitas. This building used to be a strip club, which shut down after the owner was convicted on federal prostitution charges. Well, years later, the community banded together with Hacienda CDC, raising more than $2 million to buy the land. It's now a haven for families and individuals who are looking for safe, affordable homes.
This morning, we're hearing from a partner of a woman who was killed during a shooting last year at North Portland's Normandale Park. So yesterday, the man charged with her killing, Benjamin Smith, was back in court to change his plea from not guilty to guilty.
And while loved ones are feeling some satisfaction about Smith's plea change, as Alma McCarty reports, there's also some dissatisfaction over how police say that shooting unfolded.
February 19th. 2022. A protest at Normandale Park in Northeast Portland turned deadly. Court documents say 43-year-old Benjamin Smith aggressively confronted protesters and asked them to leave. In turn, investigators say they told him to leave. The interaction, caught on camera, escalated. Smith pushing a participant, yelling at them, drawing a handgun, firing and striking 5 people. 60-year-old June Knightley was shot at close range in the head and killed. A year later, a memorial stands. Her wife and partner of more than 2 decades spoke outside the Multnomah County Courthouse Wednesday afternoon. She's partially blaming police and politicians for mischaracterizing what happened.
I want to make this very clear. The only reason that Benjamin Smith finally pled guilty today is because one of the shooting victims had the presence of mind to turn on her helmet camera and document what was quickly becoming a dangerous situation. The Portland Police Bureau, as well as local and national politicians and pundits, had long characterized people associated with racial justice protests as threats to the peace, thereby giving potential vigilantes license to take violent action on their own behalf.
Earlier inside, the suspect in this mass shooting changed his plea from not guilty to guilty for all 9 charges, including murder and multiple counts of attempted murder.
How did you wish to plead on count 3 to a charge of attempted murder in the first degree?
Guilty.
The judge acknowledging the struggle and emotions of the victims.
For many of you, it's very difficult to be here, either in person or on the WebEx call today. There are just some life events that should not be part of the human experience.
By pleading guilty, Smith gives up the right to trial and the right to a jury. He will be sentenced on April 18th. There, victims and family members will have an opportunity to testify. Of the 4 survivors, 1 remains paralyzed after being shot in the neck.
Today, we can take some small satisfaction in knowing that Benjamin Smith has finally had to accept the truth and concede that he is, in fact, guilty as charged on all counts.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Now to some other headlines we're following for you this morning. A minor is accused of shooting and killing a man who police say trespassed onto their property near Toutle, Washington. It happened yesterday at a home on Spirit Lake Highway. Deputies say the minor said there was a stranger acting erratically, harassing their dogs, and they felt threatened, so they ended up shooting the man, then called 911 to report it all. No word if they'll face any charges at this point. Portland Fire says a homeless encampment hidden under a sealed-off area under the steel bridge on-ramp caught fire yesterday. Crews arrived to find smoke coming from underneath the bridge and had to use a sledgehammer to break into the cinder block. They say people had somehow gotten in and made a permanent living space under there. Firefighters pulled out 1 person who suffered from burns and smoke inhalation. ODOT is now evaluating the damage to the bridge and say the on-ramp will be closed during that process. And up in Washington, police say they've arrested former Blazers and Sonics player Sean Kemp for his connection to a drive-by shooting. Police say some sort of fight sparked between multiple people in 2 cars yesterday afternoon outside the Tacoma Mall. That led to at least 1 person firing off shots. No one was hurt. Police did find a gun. Kemp played for the Trailblazers for 2 seasons in the early 2000s. And those are some of your morning headlines.
Hey, we have a sports headline before we get to Rod's weather. The Hillsboro Hops announced yesterday they are building a brand new ballpark.
Huh.
Yeah, you like that, Rod?
Well, it's exciting growth, yes.
They announced the plans for that new stadium yesterday, saying it will replace 3 existing fields on the northwest side of the complex they already call home. And it won't just be for baseball games. This new stadium will also host concerts and festivals. They say the expected price of this project is $120 million. Construction should start later this summer. It should be finished before the Hops 2025 season. And they need to do this, they said, because the MLB has certain standards for their minor league clubs.
Yeah.
The Hops, as we know, raised up a level last year to high A, and so they have to make it a bigger, better stadium.
I mean, the old park was nice.
Oh, yeah. No, it was beautiful.
But yeah, this is, I mean, to me, it's exciting growth, as I mentioned.
I always said that the Hillsborough Hops had one of the nicest facilities for a short A, that's what they used to be, a short season single A ball club. But they've grown, and now their stadium's growing.
You neglected that to mention that there is some taxpayer money involved in this. So I'll be curious to see how that also plays out. About $18 million from the city that they want to kick in. So
that was done intentionally, by the way. I actually got my personal tax bill yesterday. It stunk. And trying not to think about taxes this month.
I know. I'm right there with you, buddy.
Selfish. You're right.
I pay on the last day possible.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, we took a happy moment. We turned it into reality.
Come on, you know what?
We did.
That's what I'm here for.
Somebody's got to pay for this thing. Gosh darn it. All right, here's a look at our winter storm warning for the Cascades. 4 p.m. today through tomorrow evening, 8 to 10 at pass level. That's Government Camp, for example. Could be 10 to 20 higher up, so that would be Meadows Base up in the Timberline. Snow at 2,000 feet most of the period we're talking about, snow level. And then tomorrow afternoon, actually coming down a little bit lower. It could be some accumulations down to about 1,500 feet, so we're watching that. The overall story is still a rising snow level picture. Now, the timing of the front, when I talked to you yesterday, would come in early tomorrow morning about 6 a.m. Now it's coming in after midnight tonight. So any bump in snow level will be in the middle of the night, and then by the time we get to tomorrow, we're settled back down to 2,000 feet. But hey, this is warmer than we've been, snow level wise. We're still up to 3 on Saturday. We're still up to 4 on Sunday. We're still up to 4, maybe even 4,500 feet with the next front coming in on Monday. So again, that's something. Snow levels have been low day after day for quite a while. That's starting to change. Here's our rainmaker spinning offshore. You can see the big calmer curl-shaped cloud. The low is right there. It's going to be throwing increasing moisture inland during the day today. We've got still snow being picked up on radar over the coast range. Current snow level is sitting at about 1,500 feet. Again, that's going to be going higher. By the way, just noticed that there's some lightning strikes offshore. That's out where that low is. Generally speaking, I do not expect lightning inland today, certainly not here in the valley. We'll see rain picking up. So we start off with a few showers and then more showers. Then by the time we get to later today and this evening, it's pretty much a steady rain. 45 in Salem, 42 Portland, 40s at the coast as well. Freezing out in the gorge, the Dow's 29. Over in Central Oregon, Bend is at 30 degrees. Here's Futurecast showing 9 o'clock this morning, showers scattered. Here's the increasing rain this afternoon. Not steady. I mean, the big chunk of rain starting to move in. And again, that leads into a really wet evening, we think. Temperatures today, enough rain to hold us into the 40s. Southeast winds picking up 15 to 25. When the front comes in overnight tonight, we'll get some gusts in the valley from the south to about 35 miles per hour. And then later today out near the gorge, east winds could be popping to about 40 miles per hour. Here's the 7-day. By the way, Saturday looks better and better. A high of 53, not much rain. Rain picks up Sunday. We'll be back in just a moment.